What's it like physically when you play 3 straight overtime games, a lot of minutes? Like, how much does that take out of you in the playoffs?
Yeah, maybe in that moment. After the game, you're feeling a little tired, but then, you just find ways to recover after games the next day. Obviously, we've been doing it for a long time, so that's what I focus on.
Any concern Austin not practicing today for you?
No, he's in great spirits and he's feeling good. So, some days you just need an extra little bit of rest.
What's your perspective on the 4-minute power play in overtime and what you guys weren't able to do?
Well, I thought we created a lot of great chances. They made some saves. The post came into play, a couple of them. Sometimes it's always not going to fall your way. So that's what happens. That's how the game goes sometimes, and you just got to figure out ways that you can be better, and that's what we'll do going forward.
I know it's going back a few years, but what, if anything, do you take from the Montreal series when you're in this position and didn't get close to it?
I think I've talked to you guys a lot. I don't think about the past or the future. I'm in the moment. That's what we're here, and that's what we're focused on. So, another great opportunity at home tomorrow, and we're excited for it.
How do you close it out there?
We're just going to have to make sure that we go up another level. Their desperation is obviously going to be very high as well, so we've got to make sure we match it and go above it and execute our game plan.
Mitch, what did you think of Matt Tavares' goal and the fact he's had this entire series so far?
Yeah, it was great. Great head of speed. That's something I've talked about all year. I mean, his speed and his hands. I think just because everyone sees him as a big guy and pretty big rig out there, that they think they can't make moves or plays. So wasn't too surprised, but it was a great move by him, and great goal.
Chance to close it out at home. Obviously, you haven't clinched a series on home ice. What are you expecting from the atmosphere tomorrow? What does that opportunity mean to you?
I'm excited to hear it. Should be a lot of fun. The building's been rocking the first 2 games, so I'm very excited to hear it tomorrow night, and we just got to make sure we embrace the moment and be ready for it.
The fans have been getting into it on both sides. Is it weird when fans are chanting about you in an opposing building like you heard on the Saturday?
Not really. I mean, I think you hear it. You do hear it, but at the same time, you're focused on just playing hockey. You're not really focused on what's going on, and once you're really on the ice, you don't hear anything. You're just trying to figure out plays and talking to one another and seeing what you can do to try to capitalize on their mistakes.
Have you felt Ottawa grow into the series? Obviously, there wasn't a lot of playoff experience when the series started.
Well, we knew it was going to be an easy series. Like I talked about at the start, they got a lot of skill. They got a lot of guys that can make plays, and they've been a sound defensive team all year. So, we're having to work for a lot of our chances, and that's something we're not surprised about.
It's a challenge with the Pinto line for you guys.
That's obviously been their shutdown line all year. So, just got 3 guys that work extremely hard, make it hard to try to create offense. For us, we're just trying to go around that and make plays.
What was your perspective on the Zub hit that knocked John out of the overtime for a bit?
I didn't really. I don't know. That's a tough one. It's, you're interested to see why nothing gets called on that, but that's sometimes how the play goes. And looking up Johnny's fine and ready to go, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, what did you see from him in that game before that point? Because obviously he seemed to be really on it.
Who, sorry?
John, sorry. What did you think?
He was playing great. He was playing unreal. So he's been playing some very good hockey for us as the series has gone on and even before that. So when Johnny's at his best, he's a hard man to stop. He's a big man that can get around to the net, beat you one-on-one in a lot of ways. So when he's rolling, it's great for our team.
John, what was your perspective on the Zub hit that forced you out of overtime for a bit there?
I don't think I really need to explain it. I think pretty obvious what happened on the play. Puck's nowhere near me, so let's just move on from it, go out there and keep competing, and trust that the refs are going to make the right calls.
Was it the concussion spotter that took you out there?
Yeah.
Were you aware were you lobbying? Were you aware there's a power play happening?
I had no idea that there was a power play. I was obviously pulled out and had to go through the protocol.
Have you been through that before?
Yes.
Yeah. What is it like, I guess, if you had to explain it to someone who's never...
Just a series of tests and, basically a series of tests and an evaluation of, where you're at and making sure that you're okay. And obviously is there for safety reasons. So you just go through it and then obviously determine how you're feeling along with medical and the checkpoints that have to be hit for you to return.
How do you feel?
I feel good. A little bit of soreness just in my jaw and cheek area, but felt good on the ice today.
How do you guys playing, John? Pardon? How do you close it out this morning? What else have you done?
Just have to keep getting better. I think obviously we were right there, did a lot of good things, but know that there's more to give and areas to clean up and be better, and just to be aggressive. And obviously, I think really go out there and enjoy it, have some fun with being an opportunity to close it out at home.
John, you weren't there necessarily playing on the ice for the Montreal series a few years back after what happened early on, but you're obviously living through it. What's it like for the veteran guys on this team to have been through that now and knowing what you need to do compared to what you maybe let get away then?
Yeah, you want to use any experience you have to help benefit in the approach. I think the ebbs and flows of the game, the momentum, and just how to stay the course, stay composed, and understand just each play, each shift, how important it is, and that's what it comes down to a lot of times. It did the other night, and just continuing to reinforce that and have that understanding, so you go into tomorrow as best prepared and giving it all you got.
What was your perspective on the start of the game Saturday and why they were able to get the upper hand there?
Well, I think obviously that they've been forechecking hard. They've been playing well, competing hard, and came out with good jump and good energy. And we want to come out and start off well ourselves. So as special teams didn't do probably quite as good of a job as we needed to. That obviously led to the deficit, but there was a lot of things that we actually liked throughout the first period, and was able to get a goal at the end to get us cut the lead in half. And knowing there's 40 minutes of hockey left, a lot to do, but obviously they're trying to come hard on their forecheck and on us to slow them down, establish our game, and execute through the pressure.
John, how much of the playoff experiences aided by what Craig has been through, having lost up?
Just say the first part again, sorry.
How much are your experiences aided in the room by what Craig has been through as a coach and as a player himself?
Yeah, he's been phenomenal, I think, all year, and now you see how things transition into playoffs and the consistency of his messaging and the things he's emphasizing, and how obviously at the most important time of year, everything that gets heightened, and just how those things constantly show up, even in things that you're looking to, I don't want to say adjust, but that things that you pick up on that you're trying to execute a little better, or things that in your game that may be a little less consistent, some areas that you got to clean up. But overall, the identity and the messaging has been very consistent with him, been very strong, and I think we feel, and I think probably a lot of people recognize, is just the calmness and composure, but the intensity that he brings. So he's been great.
And you're concerned about Austin not being on the ice at practice today?
I think he's just doing what he needs to do to get himself ready to play and be at his best. So we know what kind of player he is, and I think the drive that he has to play and compete and be the driving force for our team. So he's doing what he's got to do to get ready.
John, William had a great setup on your goal. What stands out about the chemistry of the two of you?
Yeah, I just think we played together for a while, and you get a really good understanding of how he sees the game, things that he does. So you pick up on those traits and those habits, and you try to read off instincts and off body language and cues that you pick up on, and we try to be in sync with one another, and certainly whoever we're playing with, and we communicate a lot, and I think we push each other a lot, which is always really positive. So something we want to continue.
Twice in your
There's been a lot of periods, John, in this
career winning goals, or series winning goals. How much do you embrace the chance when the moment is there to put the dagger in?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the whole opportunity. I think it's the whole game to go out there and try to make a difference and compete, and getting to compete in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and having the opportunity to continue to pursue that goal and that dream. And anytime you got a chance to move on, and that's what it comes down to. You want to go out there and try to make a difference, whether that's doing something defensively, making a play that can lead to a goal, or putting in the back of the net yourself. So you just continue to go out playing your game the right way, to play well and play at a high level and execute when the opportunities come.
John, there's been so many periods in this series where you guys have given up like 4 shots or 2 shots. It's very unusual, the number of periods that have been like that. How do you account for the way you've shut them down at times over very long periods of time?
Yeah, I think there's I'll go back to it. I think it's just the way we've built our game and our identity throughout the year. And sometimes when other team does generate momentum and they make plays and they pressure you, which at this level, and certainly when you get to the final 16 teams and you're in the Stanley Cup playoffs, they're going to make pushes, players are going to make plays, and it's how we recover from breakdowns. We've had tremendous goaltending all year, understanding, the coverage that we have to get to and the sacrifice physically, whether it's blocking a shot, winning battles, boxing out, layers of coverage that you're trying to have to defend, to making sure that you give it your best foot forward to limit opportunities to just make it that hard to get to your net.
Just your perspective on that penalty in the first period of Saturday's game. Were you surprised that got called?
Which penalty? Mine? It's playoffs, man. You got to stay locked in no matter what. It's obviously unfortunate. I mean, you're getting in the dot like that. Sometimes it's just a little bit of a reaction to kind of throw that. Obviously, you don't want to butt end the guy in the face. I certainly didn't mean to do that, but it's one of those things where you gotta be aware of your stick. Doesn't matter if it's a situation like that or a trip or on the forecheck, wherever it might be. I mean, refs got to do their job. They got to call that, and you got to respect that. So it's on us to be better, and certainly myself included, and we'll be better for sure.
What is the opportunity to be able to close this out potentially at home?
Just shift by shift, period by period, and one game at a time. Obviously, that's as far as we're looking right now. We're not looking too far ahead of that, and we're not dwelling on the past. Just got to win a game and then go from there.
What kind of atmosphere are you expecting tomorrow?
Hopefully, a good one.
What makes closeout games challenging or tough? How would you sum it up?
I think just playoffs in general. You got two desperate teams. Every game you're playing with a lot of desperation, and when you have a team, fighting for their lives, you're not getting a more desperate team than that. So it's one of those things where in order to beat that team, you have to match that and in a way, have more desperation than them. And if winning was easy, everyone would win. So it's not an easy thing to do. And they're a heck of a hockey club. We all know that. Taking us to overtime most of these games, and they're playing real good hockey, really well coached. Obviously, we know that, and I'm just ready to play tomorrow.
Any concern for you, Austin, not on the ice today?
No.
Why not?
Unless you know something about it.
I do not know anything. Okay.
Me neither.
What do you like about how John was playing on Saturday, Tavares?
He's going to rock all year.
What did you think of the hit by Zub that knocked him out of overtime for a bit?
Didn't see it.
Didn't see it.
Craig talked about just during the season and during the series, your guys' ability to bounce back. We talked a little bit about being the leaders of this team. What have you noticed about just the guys like Matthews, Marner, and just how they've led this team this season?
I think it's a collective effort. It takes every single guy. We've said that from day one. We need every single guy in our roster to be ready to go every single night to win, and we've done that a lot of times this year, and just got to keep doing it.
Max, what does it do for the group? You have a guy behind the bench who's seen it all, been through everything.
It's great. He's driving the bus, and we're just following suit, and he's holding us accountable, so it's great.
What do you like about the city come playoff time? What's it like kind of just living in it?
We appreciate their support for sure, and we need that support. We need that energy they bring. We feel it. They're a big part of our team, and it's a fun time to play. It's what we play for, so we appreciate it. They need more from us. We need more from them, so it's got to keep building as a group, and that includes everyone at home watching too. We get better every single day.
Concerned with Austin for tomorrow?
No, rest.
Joe Wall not okay too?
Under the weather.
How do you make the decision on Austin, getting the day off? Does he make it? How does it come about for a day like today?
Yeah, I look at the minutes and played a lot of minutes last game. So, it's just a conversation. I have conversations with guys about it, and, they feel like they need a little more rest, and I think it's, a good thing.
Craig, John said that he was put off on a concussion spanner the other night.
Yeah.
What's your view on that program? Obviously, it was okay.
Well, that's important. The program, part of it, yeah. You got to make sure guys are okay. It's in all sports, right? So, it's important to do that. Nothing you can do about it. It's
even in overtime in the playoffs?
Yeah, I know it's tough. I agree. But that's the rules, right? So we got to make sure they get the players okay, and that's their job, and so that's just the way it is. Yeah.
What do you think of the hit by Zub there?
I don't like the hit. It's Puck's nowhere near him. Looked like a headshot to me.
What do you like about how John played in that game prior to leaving, obviously?
Well, he was really good. I mean, just look at the effort and the puck battles and the things he does. I mean, it's just, he's done a lot of good things, really good things, all year long and in the playoffs here. Been very good.
How do you close this out tomorrow, Craig?
Pardon me?
How do you close it out tomorrow? What has to be done differently than what you done Saturday?
I don't think a whole lot. I mean, it's there. I think we got to keep doing a lot of the same things we're doing, and we make adjustments game to game, and I think that we can try to generate more for sure. But at the same time, I think we're doing a lot of good things, and it's a bounce here or there. It's a different game, right? But that's the way it goes. We got to match desperation level here. It's going to be a hard game. They're a good team. I've said it all along. That's a good hockey team over there, and so we'll be ready to go.
You've harped on discipline since the start of the series. What do you think when Max takes that penalty?
Well, it's not a good penalty. We know that. It's like other penalties that are taken from guys. They're not good penalties. Emotions getting involved in the game, and that's where you got to control your emotions.
Brandon had a lot of compliments about the defensive aspects of Mitch and Austin's game. What stood out about the way they played defensively this series?
I think they've done it all year long. Right from the get-go, they're going. They're out there against top lines most nights throughout the season, and checking's a big part of their game, and it's got to continue to be that way. They read plays well. They got good sticks. They're smart players. Penalty kill. So they've done a lot of good things for us. It's not all on the score sheet. It's the whole game.
A lot was made of Ottawa's playoff experience coming to the series. Are you seeing them growing in stature and confidence as the series goes on, and does that increase your desperation to not let the series?
Well, I thought coming in, right from game one, they played well. I mean, they're a good team. I think they played well pretty much most of the year and did a great job of fighting to get in the playoffs, and I think they've been a good team. They've had these young guys together for a while now, and they've become a real good team.
Craig, were you awake last night?
Was I awake?
Similarly aged. It's a tough.
The Oiler game?
Yeah.
I wasn't.
You didn't get to the end?
No, I didn't get to the end, and I watched 2 periods, and then that was it. But those guys, we all know how good them 2 guys are.
The way it ended, though, did it make you look back to Saturday night and think, oh, Christ, we left 4 minutes on the table there?
Wow. Yeah, for sure. Like I said, we had a couple opportunities in that power play where we could have ended it, right? Matthews hits the post. There's a couple other good looks, but yeah, that's the difference in the game probably. And we have a 4-minute there in overtime, but hey, we moved on from it. We got to focus on tomorrow. I can't look back in the past. I mean, that's over with now.
What have you made of Pacioretty's game since coming into the line?
I thought he was really good in the first game. Provided a lot of good energy and physicality. Second game he was fine. I thought the energy level wasn't as good, which is expected.
Washington and Montreal both got fined for pregame stuff today. I mean, is the league saying anything to you guys officially with these?
Nothing new than normally. There's in warm-ups you're talking about? Yeah, nothing new than normal. I mean, I don't think our guys get involved in that.
Craig, you painted a habit of telling your players don't linger on bad calls. You lost a playoff game on a hand pass. Not to bring that up again, but, or a missed penalty. I mean, have you always been that way, or when you started coaching, was that an emotional thing where you...
Yeah, I probably wasn't that way when I played, but, you can't change what referees call or miss, or that's all part of the game, and you got to move on from it, and you got to focus on your next shift, and that's really important. It's like, things happen, mistakes happen with players, mistakes happen with coaches, mistakes happen with referees, right? And there's nothing you can do about it, but you move on from it, learn from it, and we can't focus on a missed call or a bad call. We got to focus on what we need to do, and that's important.
There's been a lot of overtime in this series already, and there may be
Yeah.
some more. Do you coach any differently going into that, or is
Do I
it
coach what?
differently in terms of like mistakes or being?
Not necessarily. I think you come in there after the third period and there's things maybe you could have done better, or you're doing well and you want to stick with it and you want to change a couple things. But I think in overtime, you keep playing your game.